All the way around, the whole
You
circle.
want to see what happens when you move this, where he goes off balance. We're looking for 2 inches. See here? To here? That little bit?
That's
right
it.
There. I just need a little bit of pressure and he's down, right? So you want to see how far those 2 inches go. So if he's here, here, right? Here, 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 here. Because once you're off balance 2 inches, so you're stable right now, right? But you're off balance 2 inches, now you're not. I just need a little bit of pressure and you're on the ground. So see where he moves, just that little bit, because then you know how much it takes. If you do too much though, what happens? You just start walking, right? And you just maintain control. But it's just those 2 inches that we look for, right? So 2 inches, 2 inches, you're completely out of balance. So much that could happen, right? So you want to see how that works on him. Just 2 inches.
You don't need to really work this as you're working. If you're just working the thumb, you don't really need this. You just bring him in. No, like this, and bring him in.
Okay.
See? Different response.
See what happens if you bring this to your waist here. See how close you are now? If you're this far away, you're trying to do a lot, he's got a lot more power and control. You got to get in here like this. Look what else you got. Okay. All right? You got all kinds of different things you can do. But you got to stay, you got to be almost.
So versus this, you can also come around and here as well.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you see how much closer you need to be. Yep. Yep. Forehead, nose.
And this one?
Yeah,
Back.
push this way.
Yeah.
And this one?
Try to push it not just away, but pull him, push him. If you're working on the hips, as you push them away, push him away and take a look, see what happens. Okay? Grab the belt, pull him in, see what happens. And look at the structure as you're doing that. Does that make sense? Like here, this would be pushing him away basically, and that would be pulling him in.
Okay.
See what happens. Does that make sense? Well,
Like this?
yeah, you see how his structure is changing? Then pull him left to right as well. So then you're pushing him one way, pushing him the other way. Or, see the difference? And then the other way as well. Or,
Alright.
and then from the front. Did he do anything from the front or no?
He's done everything. So
Ankles,
far,
knees?
legs and
Did you
stuff.
work on legs and knees or no? Feet?
Legs on this. Like here, the joint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy.
Yeah, we can show you real quick. So, same thing, sticks, right? So, 0.5 here, right? See back here? You can anchor, right? In the front, same thing can happen, right? Here we got out the sticky stuff. These little ankles, right?
Wow, that's really good. I mean, you just.
Effectively, what is that? What type of a lever?
That's the last one.
That's the speed lever,
Speed limit.
right? So he's putting a lot of torque on that.
Right? So, here, try it on me. So stand in front of me.
You're locking him in right here. You're essentially doing this. You're locking in his heel, and then you're coming down and going this way.
Like this.
So no, you want to come down this way and push him. No, the foot goes behind, but you want to bring your knee down and that way.
Okay.
See, you're grabbing too far. Move your foot right here. Just grab with the foot right here. Just a little, like that. Now come down forward, forward this way, and now go that way.
There you go.
That's a tough.
Try it. Stand right in front of me now. So, you're going to do that. Okay. behind me. Back. Yep,
Mhm.
behind me. There you go.
And now you're
Squat.
pushing forward
Just gonna squat.
and push forward.
Squat. Squat. That's it. See the ankles doing it. You see that? No, don't ever grab for us. We're good. Get used to doing that. You'll pick up an enemy. You don't want to do that. Yep, that's it. So that it doesn't.
Mark?
Even at this point, get shove a push.
Don't forget to
right?
take over.
Okay, yeah.
You're the one that's running the show now.
So, and that's that. You want some 6-point action?
Yeah.
Poor guy. So now we're gonna work on Jimmy. You can watch me work on Jimmy. You know, you kind of already have. You see how I'm pulling this in? I'm not like back here pulling him in. Yeah. So here we get really comfortable with each other. Gotta get really close. Don't be afraid to touch him on his nose and get up under his arms and tickle him and stuff. Yeah, you wanna, we're not back here because it doesn't work back here. We gotta be close. So, and these guys have been doing this stuff for years. So,
6.
6 years.
Yeah, not 4. Just kidding.
4 years. Or forever.
And then, yeah, so don't be afraid to drop them and be a little bit rough with them. Don't be too rough because they might be rough with you back.
That's a valid point. Shit, Jimmy, isn't it getting more like 7 now? Or 8 for me?
For you, yeah. I'm more like maybe 5.
I think you're getting up to 5, yeah.
So that thing that they were showing you goes like this, and you're coming around pretty much like up under his knee, and you're squatting on it. It takes a little bit of practice, but you'll pick it up.
Essentially, the same thing would be to stand on your foot like this and start pushing this way, which is basically the same thing. Bottom line is I'm trying to keep your foot from moving away and then putting downward pressure at an angle.
But we want to be able to work with, we want to be able to keep these as free as we can. So if we can do it with this, then that's a lot better.
Because at the same time now he can defend against somebody else coming in from another angle. Because that's really the holy grail in the end, is dealing with multiple attackers, not just one.
So what if like if the guy throws punches and how
You'll
go
get
to the
to
next one?
That's
Yeah.
the next point.
So you're Mark. Right?
Mike.
No, I'm Mark.
You're Mark.
That's Mike.
Mike.
Yep. You don't recognize me without an afro. My picture, I have a fro.
He's the other white guy.
Yeah, I'm the other white
From
guy.
where did you got the training?
What's that?
How did you train yourself about this?
Oh, I studied with other guys.
Oh,
Up in Tucson and then in Washington State and whatnot.
that's it.
Originally, my dad taught me military sambo, and then afterwards, I really got into Systema because it's so energy efficient. Yeah, and plus, again, physics versus raw moves. Move is dogma. I hate dogma. Yeah, because dogma only works a little bit. In anything, doesn't matter. Religion, life, dogma just is like a template, and then somehow you have to figure everything else around it. And frankly, the only thing that it does, as far as I'm concerned, is allow somebody else to be higher than you because they know a certain dogma. Here in this case, either one of those two have a good chance of beating me
Yeah.
because of the rules.
Especially with me,
Physics
'cause,
is
I always
physics.
walk away.
Right?
Yeah, that's good. Everything is science, right? I mean, there's something called technique. Right? If you know the technique,
That one was
that's really,
different.
that's really good. I never thought it could be that. Just a simple move and
Movement.
your movement.
All right. So now we're going to work on exactly what you asked about. So now we're gonna work on defense against strikes and things like that. So we use angle geometry would be an easier way for you to understand it.
Jimmy.
So we get an attack. I'm gonna grab Jimmy. We get an attack from above. They block this like a karate man. Not like that. Not yet.
No, Jimmy,
Block it
he's
like a
just
karate man.
showing the.
So, and usually people's instinct, if they don't know anything, or even if they think they do, they're gonna go like this.
Actually, if they don't know anything, they're gonna go like this,
Or
up,
like that too.
up. But if they do know something, they're gonna go like this.
Either way, they're gonna be stiff.
Well,
and they're gonna try to block.
no. If they don't know anything, they'll actually be semi-stiff.
They'll be
And they're gonna go up like this, and so by accident they may lose a finger or two,
Yeah.
but they'll still be okay. The guy that's gonna go like this, he's gonna get a broken arm.
Yeah. So imagine if I actually, I'll show you. What if you're getting attacked with a baseball bat? This is heavy. This is not a stick. This is heavy. So if I come down, don't worry, Jimmy. So if I come
I
down,
thought you wanted me to do the karate block.
yeah, do the karate block. If I come down on him,
Boom!
did you hear that?
That
Did you
is
hear
a
that bone hitting the muscle.
that is a
Alright,
broken
hitting the
arm
back.
right
You
there.
don't want to do that. If I was really going in on him, that would hurt.
That
or
has no
break him
more.
at least. Yeah.
Done.
So the way we do things,
Hold on, let's show him a little bit of physics since you had that there.
yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, straight in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you know how tank armor works?
Tank armor.
Yeah, slanted armor. Why does it work?
Okay. It slides. It just slides to that.
It's at an angle, right?
Yeah.
But why does it work? Okay, here, let's see. Straight. And here's the impact. How thick is this? About like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do is create that angle.
Oh, okay.
How thick is that now? Is that what? I mean, we're talking. We just increased the thickness by that much.
Yeah, yeah. It's not head on, right?
Right.
Yeah, I
So,
remember like.
so now the thickness is much more, right? So now you're able to deal with the impact much better. And so when he's hitting, Mark,
So two things just happened. One, his arm is okay. Two, I just